Three little letters. One small, tiny little word in the English language. And yet, this is something that we struggle with tremendously when it comes to ourselves. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the word yes. Hey guys, it's Crystal Fry, your personal identity coach. And tonight I am asking the question, what if you said yes? What if you just said yes to you? Like I said, this is three letters, right? Y-E-S, three little letters. It's a tiny little word in the English language. And yet we have a really hard time saying yes to ourselves. We have a really hard time saying yes to making ourselves a priority. What do you struggle with when it comes to making you a priority? Is it everybody else because everybody else comes first and that's the way you've always done it? And that's the way you feel validated. That's the way that you feel, that's where your value and your self-worth comes from, is serving everyone else. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being a caregiver. There's nothing wrong with helping other people. There is absolutely nothing wrong. We are put here to love and serve each other. The problem comes in when it creates an inability for you to put you as a priority because everyone and everything else is the priority. You know what that does? That leaves nothing left for you. And I got to tell you, I'm a little in my feelings about it tonight. I'm a little frustrated. I am really just kind of struggling with it right now because I see it a lot. I see it a lot. All I have to do is look up and down social media, any feed, okay, any platform, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, any platform, I can scroll up and down and see a lot of people who are not saying yes to themselves. They're not saying yes to taking the first step toward their goal. They have dreams. They have things they want to do. They have things they want to accomplish. But there's a barrier there that is preventing them from saying yes so that they can go do it, so that they can take the first step. Maybe it's fear. Maybe they're afraid that, they're going to get laughed at, or they're not going to do it right, or it's not going to be good. Guess what? Anytime you start something new, you're probably going to be pretty bad at it. Unless you are that 1%, I don't even know if it's 1%. Somebody tell me what the statistics are on that. Unless you are that very, very small percentage of people who are naturally talented, gifted geniuses at whatever, like savants who can, sit down and they've never heard anything before and play like beautiful music. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about you and me and our struggle, our inability to say yes to ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I have said repeatedly, you only get one life. One. This is it. This is all you are going to get. And yet we constantly spend it giving ourselves out to everyone except for us. We constantly spend it sitting on the couch watching Netflix all night instead of sitting down to write a chapter in a book that you've been talking about writing for 3 years, instead of spending quality time with your family because you don't know how to communicate with them. Instead of, we spend so much of our time doing so many things that don't even serve us in the big picture. They don't even serve us in the big picture. And what we're doing in that is we're wasting the time that we have, the very finite resource of time that we have, which, just a reminder, nobody knows how much you have, okay? It could all be gone tomorrow. And what are you left with? If tomorrow went very differently for you, if tomorrow you woke up in a place that was not here, planet Earth, what would you have regrets about? What would you regret? Like, serious question. And listen, I'm coming to you tonight really kind of passionate about this because this is a question that I have been asking myself too a lot over the past week. Where are you? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What's stopping you? What's getting in the way? Because let me tell you what, if you want to start a business, if you want to write a book, if you want to get a different job, if you want to do anything, if you have the idea for it, if you have the desire for it, if you have some passion for it, that is for a purpose. It's not just because you woke up this morning and said, I think I'll go build a bakery today. There's a purpose for it. It is meant to serve in a way that you may not even see yet. What are you doing with it? How much of your songbook is going to be left unsung because instead of getting a little uncomfortable, instead of getting a little bit outside your comfort zone, you decided that you were going to stay inside and watch Netflix every day, all of your spare time. You're going to sit over there and you're not going to do anything that pushes you forward towards whatever that dream is that you have. What does that get you? That gets you to the end of your life having a whole lot of regrets, having a whole lot of, I wish I would have, I should have. Shoulda, woulda, coulda is not going to make anything any longer for you, and it's not going to make anything happen for you. Like real talk. It's not going to. And I can say this to you in all honesty and all sincerity because I have beat myself up for years with shoulda, woulda, and coulda. You can't get any of that back. What you can do, though, is sit down with yourself and start making you a priority. Again, this doesn't mean that you shut everything else off and you never help anyone else again and you never have, you never give of yourself to other people, but it's time to start making you a priority in your life. It's time for you to say yes to being yourself and not worrying about what other people think about it. Because who cares? It's not their life, it's yours. If they don't like you, okay, bye. Exit stage left. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining the show. See you later. It's your life. And if you are attaching your value and your self-worth to what other people think about you, listen, I feel your pain. I know where you are. I've been there. Understand my heart when I say their opinions are not worth your happiness. Their opinions are not worth your peace. Their opinions and what they think is a direct reflection of whether they're happy or sad in their own lives. It actually has nothing to do with you. So, how long are you going to wait to say yes to you? How long are you going to wait before you say yes to overcoming what's been holding you back? Because you're afraid, right? How long before you say yes to standing up to the fears that you're facing? When are you going to do it? Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is a fallacy. Tomorrow never gets here because when you go to bed tonight and you wake up in the morning, it's today, right? Tomorrow never actually shows up. It just doesn't. So this thought process that we have about, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it when the kids get older. I'll do it when I lose weight. I'll do it when I have money. I'll do it when fill in the blank. All we are doing is robbing ourselves of the opportunity to do it now. That's all we're doing. We're fooling ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We have lulled ourselves into believing that we have some magical tomorrow, some magical amount of time to accomplish these goals that we want. And the truth is you don't. Because if you don't start today, you will never get to tomorrow. You will never get there to have it done. You will never see it through to completion if you don't start. So that's what I want to encourage you to do tonight. I want to encourage you to start putting you as a priority in your own life. I want to encourage you to put you as a priority in your own life. I want you to say yes to starting your own business or your side hustle or whatever it is that you've been thinking about doing, okay? Now, again, that doesn't mean that you go off half-cocked and you just do, you just throw some stuff out there and you don't know what you're doing, right? Do the research, do the work, understand what you need, get your plan in place, Start. That is the key. Start. You have to start. Because if you don't, you're going to miss opportunities. You're going to miss, things that are sitting right there before you that can help you along the way, people, experiences. You're going to miss so much of your own life while you sit in the corner and wring your hands and try to figure out whether or not you're going to bet on you. Whether or not making the decision on whether or not you are worth it, that can be a big waste of time. And a lot of us have wasted a lot of time. And I usually like to not say that things are a waste of time because, again, I am a firm believer that there's a lesson in everything. Every situation you face is an opportunity to learn and grow. But when you sit and stew on whether or not you have enough value to accomplish something that you want to do, that is a waste of your precious time. Because let me give you the answer to that question. Yes, you are worthy. Yes, you deserve to have the happiness and fulfillment that comes from you serving your purpose, from you fulfilling your dreams, from you making it happen against whatever odds you face. Whether they're small odds, whether they're big odds, against whatever odds you face. Listen, glory doesn't just come to those who have to overcome, fantastic, triumphant obstacles, okay? Your success is a measure of you. It's your definition of success. I talked a couple of days ago about the measure of greatness. It's your definition of greatness because remember what I said a couple minutes ago? It's your life. It's not what anybody else thinks or says you should do. It's you. And listen, I faced this same challenge. It was hard. It's really hard to undo years and years and years and decades with an S of programming, whether it's external or internal. In my case, a lot of it was internal. I interpreted a lot of the external and took it and turned it into some really nasty stuff on the inside. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes effort. It takes desire to want to overcome that programming. But let me give you the short answer. If you're sitting there asking yourself whether or not you are worth, whether or not you have value, whether or not you deserve to have what it is that you want, the short answer to that question, ladies and gentlemen, is yes. Because let me fill you in on something else in case you've missed, one of the videos where I've talked about it before. You are here by design, not by mistake. I don't care what your situation is. I don't care where you find yourself right now. I don't care what your level of self-love is. I don't care how you feel about yourself. Understand that you are here by design, not mistake. God would not have wasted his time creating you if you didn't have a purpose. So as you are going through that mental, mindset and trying to figure out whether or not you have value and whether or not you have worth, even if you don't feel it, again, I've been there. It's hard. Even if you don't feel it, even if you can't see it, let me tell you that the answer to that question is yes. You have value. You have worth beyond anything that you can imagine. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. So I want to encourage you to say yes to you. To you, whatever that looks like for you. I want to encourage you to say yes to you. And if you need to have a conversation about what that looks like and how do you take the next steps, you can schedule your complimentary strategy session with me. The link is right down here at the bottom. It's bit.ly/see me30. It's a 30-minute conversation. It does not cost you a thing. It allows us to talk about exactly that. Where are you right now? Where do you find yourself right now? Where is it that you want to go? All right. What do you want to accomplish? What are you seeing? What do you want to change? And how do you get there? And that's what I do. The how do you get there part. So I'm going to close, but let me close with this. Let me leave you with this thought. If you are still feeling like you're stuck, okay, and whatever your situation is, your job, your relationship, your family, your finances, whatever it is, your personal overall well-being, your health, any of it. If you are feeling like you are stuck, if you're still stuck, I am going to guarantee you that it is because you haven't said yes to you yet. When you do that, when you make that decision, and ladies and gentlemen, it's a decision, it's a choice. When you make the decision that you are going to say yes to you, that you are going to make you a priority in your one and only life, things start to shift. Your mindset opens up. You begin to see opportunities. You begin to view things differently in a way that you didn't see it before. Because you were clouded back behind fear and judgment and shame and giving everything to everyone else, trying to validate yourself and your value and your worth through all of these external things. When you say yes and you make you a priority, things start to change. I promise. I promise you. So I'm going to close with that and allow you to have the space there to really think about that. If you are feeling stuck, if you are still stuck, it's because you haven't said yes to you yet. And if you have said yes to you and you're now in a place where you feel stuck again, it's time to get some help from somewhere else. Right? It's time to find that next step to get you over, get you through, get you continuing on that path to whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Again, if you need help with that, right down here at the bottom, you can contact me, get on my calendar, let's have the conversation, and let's see how we get you from where you are right now to where you want to be. All right. I am really going to close out now because I'm going to go to bed. I'm fired up and now I'm going to go to bed. So I hope you all have a great night and I will talk to you all again very soon. I'll put in a quick plug to join me on Friday for Friday Night Live because I'm going to talk about all the things I'm done with. And yeah, that one's going to be a fun one. So have a great night. I'll see you all again soon and take care.